Hey guys, Peter here from Headshot Coffee. This morning we're going to be taking you through a really quick video on keeping our group heads clean. Whole process should only take a couple of minutes at the end of every shift, and as we say, prevention is better than the cure. So as baristas we want to make sure that we are looking after our tools so we can provide the best coffee to our customers. So we'll get stuck in and show you exactly how this works. Alright, so to start with, we are going to need some Espresso head cleaning solution. Basically this is just a detergent. Comes in a bunch of different brands. It doesn't matter which brand you use. Your local Espresso supplier, your local roaster, or myself, we can all look after you. Get you some of this shipped out. A little bit goes a long way. It's very good value for money, and as I said, we can never keep our equipment too clean, so grab yourself some of this, keep it on you at all times, and you should be good to go. Second thing we're going to need is our blind basket. So basically this is going to go into our portafilter, and this is going to allow us to clean the shower screen and the inside of the group head. So first things first, we're going to grab our portafilter. Now you can do it one of two ways. We can swap out the shower screen in our regular portafilter, that's fine. Or if we have an old portafilter kicking around that we don't use, quite often people will have single spout portafilters, we can just pop our blind basket in there and designate that as our cleaning portafilter. But for this demonstration, we're going to grab our portafilter, we're going to grab a knife, some people use a spoon. The tension on the basket will vary. So basically all we're going to do is get the knife into underneath the basket, and we're just going to pry it up. Okay, should come up pretty easy. There. And we've just separated the basket from the portafilter. So this is looking a little bit dirty. So we have some build up around there, which will also give a clean. Again, we'd clean this on a daily basis. Okay. But from here, we just pop our blind basket in, seat it into place, and from here we're just going to grab a little bit of cleaning solution, and it doesn't need to be a lot, a little bit goes a long way. So I would say roughly half a teaspoon, thereabouts. And from here we're just going to lock it into our group head, and we're just going to cycle. Okay, so from here we've just gone and locked our portafilter into our group head. Now we're just going to turn the machine on. From here we've got hot water flowing through the group. It's hitting the blind basket, hitting the cleaning solution. We're going to run that for around 15 seconds or so. Okay, we're going to turn that off. Okay, so from here we can see that, okay, it's looking pretty dark. There's a lot of coffee residue there, a lot of coffee granules. So we're just going to lock that back in. Now I alternate two methods for best cleaning here. So one is the static clean, and that is where we lock the portafilter in, we turn the machine on, we let it run, we turn the machine off. Now the second way is the wiggle method, and basically what's going to happen is we're going to lock it in, turn the machine on, and then we're just going to wiggle it like this, and that allows some of the water to come out between the group gasket and the top of the blind basket. So that allows some of the debris that's caught in around that group seal to come out. So we're just going to do that now. And as you'll see, I've got a little bit of coffee coming down. I'll just let that run for around 10 seconds. Cool, and I'll turn that off. As you can see, still pretty dirty there. So we're just going to lock that in. So we'd go through this process somewhere between kind of 8, 10, maybe 12 times until the liquid in the basket here runs clear. And if it's been a badly neglected machine, or if it hasn't been cleaned for a couple of days, which we should never be in that position, then we would end up running through that maybe 2 or 3 sets of 10 activations through the group head. So in total, maybe 20 or 25 times. But we let the machine tell us what it needs. So it's going to tell us once everything's running clear, and we'll show you exactly what that looks like. Cool. So, still pretty dark there. Gonna get a bit of wiggle. Still pretty dark. So I might just tip that out. We might just pop some fresh cleaning solution in. And let me just pop that down for a sec. So we knew we needed to run this video, which is why we've kind of left this machine unclean for a couple of days. It doesn't get a lot of use, so we're probably only pulling maybe 10 shots a day through here. Now another hint, if you are running a machine in a low volume environment, especially if you're running a 2-group machine and you're not busy, then I would suggest, just to help streamline your process, just run all your shots through the one group. That way you're not having to clean 2 separate groups at the end of every shift. It may only be a couple of minutes, but you know, 5 minutes a day over the course of a year is going to add up. I know I could always do with an extra couple of hours in my year. So let's you know, try to work smarter and not harder out there. Okay, so it's looking a lot better now, a lot cleaner. So as you see, we don't need a lot of the cleaning detergent in there. A little bit does go a long way. This whole process does not take a lot of time. Please don't skip it. Ultimately, the difference between a fantastic coffee and an average coffee could be a couple of minutes of cleaning every day. Okay, and if you've got customers coming to you wanting fantastic coffee, we want to make sure we're doing everything in our power to make sure that we're giving them that beverage that they want. Alright, so as you can see, that is pretty much clean. I think we'll just run through one more time. Alright, so at this stage, I just let a little bit of water run through. Again, we're letting the machine tell us what it needs. So in terms of the numbers I've given you, those are rough guidelines. This isn't gospel by any stretch. So if it's clean after six cycles, then hey, look, you call it clean, and you do what you need to do. If it's still dirty after 10 or 15 cycles, then you obviously need to keep going until you're getting nice clean liquid out of there. Okay, and I think we should be just about good. Alright, as you can see there, that is still a little bit of residue, but that's okay. So just for demonstration purposes, okay. So we're just going to pop that over. Just pop the camera back. Okay, from there, thumb underneath, should pop out pretty easy. Okay, and there's that blind basket out. So as we mentioned before, we also want to make sure that everything inside is nice and clean. So usually I would just grab a tea towel, I'd let it soak for a little while, again in our cleaning solution. We want to make sure that all of that is cleaned out. So obviously we don't want lots of black coffee oil, which over time will harden, turn into tar. It's not going to taste good, it's not going to be good for your equipment. So we want to make sure we're on top of that. But as I said, we knew we were running this video. I wanted something just to be able to demonstrate that. So the cleaner we can keep our equipment, the better for the equipment, the better for us, and the better for our customers. Okay, so as you can see, that stuff is pretty horrible. It's pretty sticky. Certainly not the sort of stuff we want our drinks running through. So go through, give it a wipe. Please don't scrub this with anything abrasive. Okay, so no Brillo pads, no steel wool, nothing like that. We want to let our cleaners and our non-scratch materials do the work for us. Okay, as soon as we start abrading that, getting scratches, imperfections in the finish, that just means that it's going to get dirty quicker, and it's going to be a lot harder for us to clean in the future. So also we want to make sure that we're cleaning our baskets. All of that will impact the flavor of our drink. Okay, so usually what I'll do is I'll run it under some hot water. And then we'll just give it a wipe. Again, every day is going to make our life a lot easier. So this has been left probably for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's a little bit, it's still quite tacky there, still quite sticky. So we're going to let this soak in some cleaning solution for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to give it a wipe down, okay? So the very last thing that we're going to do for our cleaning our group head is we're going to give it a seasoning shot, okay? We do not want to be serving coffee straight after cleaning the group head. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a shot away. And basically what that's going to do is that is going to take away any of the residual chemical taste in the group head itself. And that is it. That is one clean, seasoned group, and we're ready to start service again bright and early, first thing tomorrow morning, ready to start serving our customers. So that is everything in terms of keeping our group heads clean, nicely seasoned. Again, we don't want to leave it. We want to do this every day. The difference between doing this every day and doing this once a week is going to be a lot of work for us, okay? So this has been building up for probably 2 weeks, give or take, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be drinking stuff that's come through here. We'll show some photos of stuff when it's been fully neglected, and it would make your stomach churn. So prevention, better than the cure. So if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to like and subscribe, and hit me up in the comments below. All right, cool, catch ya.